I'm gonna show you what's really inside these Hardy cold weather gloves that don't work in Louisiana. I had bought them because they cheap. Like all of y'all buy them because they cheap. And today I'm gonna deconstruct it and show you what's in it. So I did most of that without you on camera for obvious reasons. I'm gonna pull this out. Let's see if we get that out. Okay, so that's the cold weather glove. Right there. You got a trash bag. And some kind of, I'm not gonna say fleece, but some type of material. That's the cold weather glove. And now you know why it don't work. But it makes a great cycling glove. All that padding, you know? Hoo, hoo, hoo. Romantic lady. Let me show you the full. I like to start with the trigger finger. They got a little seam right there. Line your scissors up. Pop them. That's how you go in a straight line. Line your scissors up. And this does not have to be perfect, because your fingers might be longer than mine. And I'm not going to talk about you. So don't talk about me with my short fingers. You got basketball player fingers. Big, long. And just something I found in life, like cutting shirts and stuff like that. Always leave the stitch on, because that's going to be instrumental in not unraveling. All right, now this was the hardest cut for me because, you know, you want it to be somewhat straight. Yeah, okay. But I don't want to cut that tag. And I already went a little too low. But that's going to work. Now we're going to pull all this allegedly cold weather stuff out. Come on, baby. Sometimes these thumbs don't work. And this makes a really good cycling glove. I look pretty cool. Anyway, about to go get 40 miles. Old coffee. Oh, shucks. What am I doing with my life? All right, so I have a crit in my neck, as they say. And I got a turkey I need to cook, bake, fry, process, whatever. It's probably spoiled by now. But whenever I fried that turkey, my chef, I had 2 turkeys, you know. And I never processed the one that I had, obviously, you know. When you ride 50, 60, 40, 30 miles in a day, and you got other life responsibilities, sometimes you don't do other things that you should do. But y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna be honest. I'm sore. I'm sore. Gentlemen, distinguished guests, colleagues, welcome to the Daily 20. So, we can't play the game no more because the tire went flat yesterday. And so we made it to January 7th, and I was talking April. Man, so delusional, so optimistic. Anyway, this is the Daily 20. This is the opportunity every day to get out and crush some mileage on the road, and I'm happy to take y'all along. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all at different legs of that venture. Although, just keep this in mind, last night before bed I deleted 21 hours of unreleased cycling footage since January 1st. 21 hours unreleased cycling footage. I had visions and dreams of chopping this part, editing this part. 21 hours, man. So I went to bed a little bit depressed because 21 hours is a lot of content, a lot of footage, you know? But that is how it goes. So I'll see you on the list. Does anyone know how to get rid of a crick out your neck? We say crook in New Orleans. Anybody know how to get rid of a crook out your neck? So I'm gonna try to do 40 miles today and head on back to the house and take care of all of my responsibility, you know? I don't have front brakes, so I have to remember that it's gonna take me 10 seconds longer to stop. But we'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna stop at the coupe or not, but I kind of want to stop, man, because like I said, last night I deleted 21 hours of raw, uncut cycling gold. But I had to, because just ran out of time and I couldn't, you know, and yeah. Anyway. Red in the back. That's where I'm at. Shoot, one of y'all wanted it. I know one of y'all wanted it. But guess what? You're not that good to make me drop it all the time. I'm gonna just sit that right there. And I'm gonna talk to y'all about this in a minute. Be good. You're gonna say it hurts, so I'm gonna put my trash bag over here because I'm bringing that to throw that away over that. All right, so you already know where we at. Sometimes there's music outside, so I just want my video to be able to be posted without getting copyrighted, and that's all that is. But we over here at the Coupe, 11th Street at Durban, and let's get on to business. Ladies and gentlemen, all right, let me come on this corner. I decided to move across the street because they always have sun on that side of the street. But this side of the street is real shaded. And I'm under a magnolia tree. So, can't go wrong with that. Got a little seasonal depression after deleting 21 hours of cycling footage. Just didn't have time to edit it, so had to delete it. My body felt like I rode 100 miles. So that's how I felt. I like my hot sausage when it has more caramelization on it, because it becomes like a textural flavor thing at that point. This is still excellent, but just, you know, if you ever cook me hot sausage, especially on a patty, I want some color. Because color doesn't mean burnt. Had a good po' boy yesterday, you know. Now, this year, inside the coop, Anointed Confections is going to sell all of her desserts for breakfast time as well. She missed out on thousands of dollars last year in revenue by only selling them for lunchtime. Because some people that come in to eat, they're not necessarily leaving back out of work to eat lunch. So you got some that do it, but the majority can't. All right. You must see that. It's okay to fall now. It was not okay to fall earlier. Oh man. I really needed the cold plunge yesterday. But you can't become the toughest human on earth by not doing tough stuff. They sound good. Look at my baby, man. Let me figure out a way to... Well, of course I could ride back home. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ride back home and I'm gonna give First Lady this brownie. I'm not eating that. Anointed Confection said, "Oh, you gonna be bad today?" Because I was buying that, you know. She said, "Oh, you gonna be bad today?" And I was like, you know, I'm really trying to make some serious choices differently. Just go around. So I'm gonna ride back home and I'm gonna get that to the First Lady and let her, you know, let her live it up. All right, so behind me we have a driver who doesn't recognize how irresponsible he's being. There's cars on each side of the road, and he loves that accelerator. What's up? Whoa. But if that lady wouldn't have been older than Harriet Tubman, we would have had some words. We would have had some words. Now, I'm glad you met somebody that could do something about you. What's going on, brother? Morning. I think I'm gonna have to take a caffeine pill today. Yeah, I think so. Turn the corner, dude. God, dog, man. If you was in a Rolls Royce or a Bentley, no, forget that. If you're in a lowrider, okay, appropriate, very appropriate. But to turn in front of me and then act like somebody looking at that little raggedy Dodge Dart, unacceptable. Unacceptable. And this is going to be our last video from the pump right here, because the game is over. So I got to give everybody an update so we're on the same page. That's where we at. Okay, let's see where we at.
I hit him.
All right, I just did a panel, so we'll see. All right, now I need to get out of here. I done wasted enough time today. Because secretly, I'm using you as the excuse to stall. How you doing this morning? All right. Hello. What's up, brother? All right, all right. About 2, 4, 3, 6, 7, like 7 barges he pushing. But we're gonna try to do a little ride today, about 40 miles. Get it in, get it over. Y'all have a good one. Get it in, get it over. So, I'm really liking my new cycling gloves. You know, kind of like them. I think when I slide, if I just hold my fingers up, back like that, I won't mess up my tips. That's the only reason why I like a full glove, because if I fall, I'll have some protection. But other than that, you know. But I do prefer to wear a glove, you know, because like it really helps with grip more than anything. More than anything, just grip alone, you know. So, morning. I do feel like I'm getting a little headache. Well, let me just say I have a little tension up there. So. Bad wind. The gust. All right. But it is gorgeous. Great day to fly a kite. And if I was fishing my kayak, I know exactly where to go with this south wind. So. How's it going?
I just get it up right for a little while.
Okay, all right, boo. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. She's so cool. It's good to speak to people when you see them every day, especially because you never know when they're gonna need you and when you'll need them. And after all, we're only human, you know? Pardon me. We're only human. See, if I had an e-bike like my boys, gone, man. Wind wouldn't be no problem. All right, now, good pace. Good pace. That dude got to be in his 70s, getting it in. Got to start somewhere. You know, you messed up and you need to be at home with everybody else who taking it easy. The wind will let you know what you can handle and what you can't handle. And right now the wind is reminding everybody who's out here on this path trying to get it in that they're not strong as they think they are. The wind is a wonderful, humbling tool to remind you who's the boss and what it allows you to do. And most importantly, how fast it allows you to do it. But if you stay the course despite the wind, there's glory. I'll see y'all at the bridge. Man. My mentor just passed me, man. Flying. Shoo. Ah! But now we're in the West Banks Vietnamese village. And we're gonna have to change the name because you got a lot of Haitians back here, you got a lot of Latinos back here, and you have a lot of Vietnamese back here. So at one time it was solid Vietnamese, but now you have a lot of Haitians and Latinos. So when you're riding back here, the food smells can be from all three of those cuisines, which is amazing, you know. Speaking of food, I think it's time for me to get a little bit of nutrition in. So I'm gonna knock down this banana. And look, bananas are my least favorite fruit that I eat. But when you're out here in the field, they ain't giving you nothing. You better eat that nasty banana and thank the Lord for it, you know? So I had breakfast at the coop, but I think I was waking up with migraine coming. That's how you turn with no hands while eating a banana, filming. That south wind, boy, it's fierce. We're gonna cross that bridge in a little bit. I don't know how long before this video ends, but we're gonna cross that bridge in a little bit. That's where I'm headed. So this is another reason why it's good to learn how to ride with no hands, because you don't always need them. What's up, bro? You don't always need them. All right, how's it going? And you know, I was playing that Mario Kart with my nephew. So we got a new thing I'm gonna start doing. Don't slip. Don't slip. Don't slip. So it's a nice community, man. They were popping some serious nuclear firecrackers over here on New Year's when I was riding. Thought I had CTE from it. Oh man, play fun over. All right, so I have about 6 minutes before this video ends, and now I'm heading to the bridge. Well, made it to the top. That's the great city right over there. Y'all out there somewhere. All right. Chalmette, New Orleans East, out there. Bell Chase out here. The Lower Nine. West Wego, Texas, Baton Rouge. Yep. I'll see y'all later. Somewhere about there. All right, let's get on this ride. Change these gears back. That south wind is stopping me from going fast. That was a good one. I might go a little faster on the way back. All right, what's up, brother? All right. So now we got about 4.5 miles to go this way, 4.5 miles back to the bridge, and then we're gonna cross back over, head to the house. Tonic. It's honey, it's salt, sea salt, excuse me, and it's water. And I think I'm gonna add a little lemon to it next time. But I don't know what it do, but I kind of need sugar on occasion. I need the salt always, and I need the water too. So I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a doctor. Matter of fact, like everybody told me my whole life, I ain't nothing. So there you go. We're doing pretty good. Still got the crit in my neck. And I think that headache is gonna happen. Feel a little tension, you know. They still sold a lot of eggs, so 1024-1 Patterson. So thank y'all for supporting them. But overall, we doing good. I just hit the honey salt water, and right before I get to the bridge, I'm eating my last banana. Hit up on the hydration, cross the bridge, and you know, head back to the house. I'm not gonna do Edward F. Abel Road today. And there we go. We're almost to the gate, and that wind is powerful. It's so strong and crippling. But on the way back, glory. At 2 lane, now we're turning around, and we're gonna head back to the bridge, cross the bridge, head back to the levee, hop up on the levee, and head to the house. Once I get home, I have beans to cook. I'm gonna do some more frijoles charos, or I'm gonna do some jambalaya, and then I'm gonna stuff it inside that turkey, stitch it up, fry it, or throw the turkey away, make jambalaya. I don't know. I'm also gonna edit and upload this video and bore the heck out you. Yeah. So here we go. Some of the animals that are out here. I know they got some horses in this property. Yep. Old Leroy, little Shetland pony. We're gonna call him Bernard. That horse coming up, the Dapper Gray. They got some beautiful paints over there. One of them George Washington horses. Yep. Dream. I think of a house that the whole family could live in and have adequate space. You know, I think of that big old dinner table, which is the most important piece of furniture in the house, next to the humans that occupy it. I think that if you have enough acreage to have a little garden where you could grow some crops to sustain you, where you have enough acreage where you could have a few animals, chickens, goats, cows, horses, you know, that's what I think of the American dream. I don't necessarily think of the Cadillac and stuff like that, but you know, I don't necessarily think of designer clothes and vacations and trips, you know. Of course, in its place, those things ain't bad, you know. That's just my thoughts. Like, this is the American dream. Endless possibilities, you know. Triaxle about to come down a levee, and they're gonna come from the east direction, traveling west. And so I could easily get in this lane, oncoming lane, but I'm not gonna do that because of this reason right here. If they have cars coming, now what do? The triaxle ain't gonna stop to let me get back over, you know, so I'm gonna let him cross in the oncoming travel. I'm not crossing in the oncoming travel. So I just want to throw that out there. Sometimes people, when they cycle, they'll get over to let the car pass, which is nice, but it's not always safe. safe, you know? So let him go in oncoming traffic since he can't wait. Since he can't wait, let him go around. Take care of yourself, man. You only got 2 wheels you're on. And I'm sorry, but cyclists fall into the category with motorbikes. Ain't nobody on 4 wheels really worried about you too much, you know? You'll get hurt before they get hurt. So always watch your 6. Chill. That's overconfidence. You're gonna pass me up in a blind curve. I hope you get where you're going. It's got ferocious. And I also lost a few miles for some reason. My Strava stopped. So that's a bummer. But we still out here. We almost to the bridge. And then to the house. I'm out of all hydrational liquids. I'm out of all foodstuffs. So, I don't know. I might hit somebody's hose pipe up and get some water. Excuse me. I might go to someone's watering hose and get some water. I could have went right there. You know? Did you get your brownie? Huh? Okay. All right, bye. So when I hit the gate, or the front entrance at English Turn, I had 19 miles. So then I go another 4 to the gate, another 4 back. I don't know. My Strava stopped, so I'm trying to calculate my mileage. Woe is me, you know? Last little trip through the village. Out of water, out of nutrition. It's gonna hurt when I get home. It's really gonna hurt. But I'm used to it, you know. That's not gonna stop it. It's not gonna stop it. I need to start getting up earlier in the morning at 4 and riding then. That's the only thing that makes sense to try to do the mileage I'm doing. Crick still in my neck. And we're less than 20 miles from home. From food, from drink, from pain, from reality. From comfort, from a shower, a nice, warm to hot shower. Some black coffee, you know? Well, I know for a fact I'm making jambalaya. But I kind of want to go by Chef's house and make it, because she's got that 5-gallon Dutch oven over there. But just logistically, it's not going to work on today. I think today is what, Thursday or Friday? Let's see if Slowpoke is out. Nope. Thought we could get a little race in. No Slowpoke. Top the levee. I got an e-bike somewhere behind me. And I want to say this. Look at e-bikes like you would a walker. A walker does not stop you from walking. It just gives you the support in order to walk. You will walk a whole lot farther of a distance with a walker than you will without a walker. That's all I'm saying. So if you're trying to get into cycling and you just don't think you can ride far, that's fine. Use a manual bike and just go as far as you could go. Or get an e-bike and you could go farther than you would on a manual until you work up your tolerance, stamina, conditioning, etc. Personally, I feel like my cardiovascular health is poor. I'm often winded when I'm cranking. However, with that being said, some people tell me it's supposed to happen like that. Anyway, we have a nice south wind blowing really strong. I'd imagine it's like 15 with gusts of 25. That's just me. No forecast, no wind gauge, nothing like that. But that's just based on me being outside all the time. I'm gonna be ready when I get home, I tell you that. So I'm less than 10 miles from home. I did lose some miles today. My Strava stopped for some reason. I don't know if it was sweat hitting the screen, but I'm really gonna look at getting some type of mount where my phone is stationary and fixed to the bike. That way I can see when the Strava stops. Because I have a chest rig that I use often, but I think I have to go to some type of phone mount for the bike because I don't want to lose miles after putting forth all this energy. You know, even though physically I don't lose them, but my stats matter to me because of the fact that I'm also trying to understand what I'm doing. You know, I want to feel good, but I also want to understand what I'm doing. And once I learn that, it's like a recipe. You follow the recipe until you learn how to do the dish perfectly. And now you got the recipe in your head. So same difference. So I think I've ran out of room and his e-bike is gonna catch me. So that's fine. May he pass. Godspeed. I need a fishing trip over here soon. He rolling. He was on the levee. He went down. I was waiting for him to pass, but he's rolling, you know? And that's the difference between an e-bike and a manual bike. He'll always go a little further than he would if he had to just pedal. And e-bikes are good because that way you don't need car insurance, registration, brake tag, inspection sticker, exhaust certifications, and having an issue with my saddle right now. Stretching my calf right quick. Oh, so he went down and up. He didn't want to pass me. So he went down the levee and up the levee. How you like that? That was very respectful. Appreciate that. He didn't want to blow past me. He respected me too much as a professional amateur bike rider to blow by me on a levee. So he went down and came up. Classic, man. That was smooth. I appreciate that. World famous Edna car. Flying. Oh. What's up, brother? Oh yeah, I gotta pass. Have a good one. All right, all right. Let's go, Goma Pal. Little crank felt good. That dude is sailing. You got it, man. Stick with it. You got it, dude. I remember, you know, working for the fire department, and some of the guys would be like, "We are paramilitary." And you know what para means? Not military. No, but I really don't know what para means. Don't really care. I'm just telling the story. We are paramilitary. You gotta be clean shaved every day. Shoes shine every day. Dude, we're not military. You know what I'm saying? You 900 pounds. We not military. Reflections, you know. River Fine Foods, one of the best po' boys in Algiers. Prove me wrong. What's up, dude? All right. Have a good one. I'm out of gas. I just hit it right there. That was it. This saddle is giving me a fit today. The last 20 miles. How's it going? And then I'm gonna hit a headwind when I turn this corner from 5 mile an hour to 1 mile an hour. Done. Out of here. You don't have to get over, dude. All right, how y'all doing?
Hey, good.
All right. You didn't have to get over, man. Got a tug come around the bend. And he looked like he making pretty good speed, according to what it looked like to me. Ooh, a beautiful husky. Could I borrow your sled dog to pull me?
Yeah, please.
Oh. Come on, man, get with it. All right, all right. I think that's it. I'm not gonna record until I get under the bridge. And that's it. You don't want to see me in a headwind anyway. I don't really want to take my picture under the bridge, but I have to. I'm gonna try to do it every day. But I think what I'm gonna start doing is doing it when I first travel, not on a return trip home. Cause it's just too, you know, I'm ready to get home. So at least if I do it at the start of the trip, when I first travel to the spot, it won't be as, you know, how's it going? It won't be as messed up like that. All right. All right. Who's faster, the skateboard, or the bike?
With this wind, nobody.
Nobody, right. Y'all have fun. I'm done. I'm officially done. But I still got that 3-mile walk. What's up, dude? What's up, dude? So, when I started, how's it going? Enjoy it. When I started, I think when I got to the levee, I had almost 4 miles. And typically, yeah, we'll see when I get home. Do a little quick math. Have a good one, man. Heineken had a successful sales this quarter. I've been seeing nothing but busted Heineken bottles from here all the way to Algiers, you know? So I guess it was a good quarter. I'm gonna fight a headwind all the way home, so it's not gonna be real exciting.
construction dust. I don't know if I'm chewing masonry product or sheetrock. Yeah, I don't have any more knockdown power. Appreciate that. Little Range Rover, man. It looked like that little car Steve Urkel had, you know? The one where you get in from the front, where the hood is, you know? I think it was red and white. Up, taking the lights off. Boys are talented, man. Real talented. I'll turn y'all on at my favorite light. See if we could time them right. Nope. I don't have no power today. This concludes this video. Thanks for watching.